Okay, we're zeroed out on my scale. Make sure that's not touching it. And here's a bag of stuff, man. No, it's not what you think. It's honey bug. Yes, I keep it in this Ziploc baggie, but then that baggie goes deep inside this can here and is closed off tight. So it's dark and cool. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's hard to do this one-handed, I'm afraid. So with all etiquette aside, I'm going to just paw it with my hand and guess the amount I'm getting is 5 grams. Okay, 4.3, 4.9. That's pretty dang close right there, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little over actually. So I'll take off just a smidge. .8 is pretty good right there, so that's close enough. Anyway, let's see. I was thinking about using a Gaiwan, but I've decided to use this, a Shibora Dashi. And it's actually got double filtration there, as well as when you strain it through these teeth at the front. So it's very, very handy. But anyway, so we're brewing our water right now, 212 degrees. Actually, I allow that to cool down somewhat. And I let it cool to about 204. And 204 is the temperature I usually go for on honey bug. It's just trial and error, basically. And it's what works for me. Whatever works for you is wonderful. So I'm going to pour that up in this. That's a double-walled glass. That way it's not going to be too hot on my fingers. So here we go. We've got 205. That's good enough right there for me. And we just pour this in. We're first going to wash this tea because it needs a wash. Yeah, let's see, push that down there. Sorry about that terrible video. I can't do both. It's hard, really, one-handed holding the camera. Anyway, I'm not going to strain that because I don't need to. Got good color to it, doesn't it? This is for the purpose of just allowing it to open up and to get that good scent. That smells really good. I like honey bug. It's awesome. The real name of honey bug is I hope I say this right, Miaoli Dong Mei. And I've got my little notations here of what I prefer. That way, if you get so many, you don't get confused, you know. Works for me. And like I said, whatever works for you is fantastic. Now, this is my double bottle trash. Now, I could pour it out in my catch-all, my drawer here on my tray. But I think it's just as easy for me to get my bottles down here. And they're sitting on napkins. And a paper plate behind them so they don't get too hot and melt the bag. And that's easier to discard for me. I mean, it works so easy just to throw the trash out at the end of the day and not have to worry about it. So, moving right along, did that first steep, and we're going to steep this one at 25 to 30 seconds. All right, we're at 10 seconds. It's roughly 18, 20 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and pour this out and see what it tastes like. Sample it. That way you know, I mean, and if it's not ready for taste, and if the leaves aren't opened, which they are actually, so that looks good. Got just a few little pieces there. And that's pretty easy to clean. You just have to dry it and bang it a little bit, and it knocks the little pieces out. Got one little piece there, but it's no biggie. All right, now we'll go ahead and sample just to see what it's like. And if it's not good, well, we'll pour it off, and it'll go into a castaway bottle in the bottom. In the meantime, I'm sort of letting this cool. I think I get a better taste when it's not so hot, because if you let it get so hot that it passes up your taste buds because of the heat, and you're not going to enjoy it. So, all right, we'll give this a try and see what we got here. Okay. It's good, very good. But that's the thing about honey bug. It's pretty easy to brew, and the taste is really quite simple to get to your specifications, whatever you like. Maybe you like it a little bit more astringent, or maybe you prefer it some other way. You just have to adjust the parameters accordingly. So now I'm working on getting a good cup there of very good quality tea. All right, we filled that up pretty good. So this is very handy. I really love that. It's a let's see, a Oolong Tea Mei. That's the name of it, and it's awesome. I really like it. It's perfect size-wise. You just can grasp it right here. It's sort of like got indentions on each side. You can just feel to pour it off. And then if it gets too hot, to remedy that situation, just take you a napkin, sit on top, grab the sides, and there you go. That's one thing about using glass, you know, sort of a little bit difficult to keep the heat down if you're using really close to scalding water. Okay, here we go. Boy, that's good color to that, isn't it? Ah, I love the smell. And that's part of enjoying your tea. Good stuff. Discard this. Just sort of get rid of the moisture that traps the pieces. Completely clean. Okay, I think we've got a good amount now that if I pour this up now, it's not going to allow the heat to dissipate as fast because it's a double-walled glass. So it will more or less trap some of the temperature and heat. So what we're going to do is just allow this to cool just a bit. And you can use, or lose rather, about 10 degrees by pouring it off into another glass. I should have brought another one of my cups. Here's a guy one I can use. So this will help to cool it off. All you have to do is just pour it, swap it back and forth. Sorry for the poor camera work. I usually do great at camera work, but not when I'm trying to do all the other, you know. So that should be at least about, what, 30 degrees cooler? Okay. There we go. And then we have a great glass of tea. A cup, you might say. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and here's to you. Oh yeah, good stuff. I like it. I think you will too. Enjoy.